Hi everybody, it's Amira. How are you? I am back with this very exciting video because I happened to pick up these mini Gorjuss stamps last weekend, and I've been waiting for these. I've been waiting about 6 months, and I finally gave in and I bought the little ones. I do have a few of the big ones, and I've been trying to hold off a little bit on buying these, thinking, well, I've got the big ones. Why do I really need the small ones? But you know, as soon as I actually saw them, like in person, I just knew I had to have a few. They're just a really nice little size. So let me show you what I've managed to make with these little girls. So I've got the one with the paper family. I've got the one that's standing on the books, which I love. I've got the little perfect love with the kitten. I've got the squirrel. She is my absolute favorite. I've been wanting to get her big stamp, and she is from an older version, and yeah, I'm in love with her. I think it's her hair. Her hair is a bit smooth. And this one here, she's gorgeous too with her little teddy bear. So once I actually had these in my hand, I don't know, the mini size, just something clicked inside. And I started coming up with a few projects for them. So the first thing I did was I was cleaning out my kids' room and I came across this game. It's called Ramio, like Rummy. And I opened it up, and my kids, I don't know when they got this, they don't even play it. These little tiles, they're a little bit thinner than domino tiles. And I thought that they were, you know, I wondered, would any of these girls fit on them? And so I stamped one out. So I measured this. This is 1 by 2, 1 inch by 2. And I stamped it on just a normal piece of paper, and they fit perfectly. So I was really excited. So what I did was I stamped a whole lot of these images. I used my Mod Podge, so 1 layer of Mod Podge on these, and then I colored them in. And let me show you what I managed to make. I managed to make a whole lot of these tiles. They're so cute. Now, what I did was I used this Dilutions pack, which I got from Auntie Vera Scrap and Craft, and I'll leave the link down below. I'm in love with this thing. The color combination is just such a great palette to use. Pink and teal is awesome. Pink and green is awesome. Green and blue is awesome. Pink and black is awesome. Like, it just makes the world of difference just to have the selection already there in front of you. And yeah, I had a great time doing these. So I used a combination, you know, I used one of each of the stamps, and I just sat here and so I added the Mod Podge first, then I filed down the edges so that it sat nicely against the tile. Then what I did was I used my sponges, these guys, the circular sponge, and I sponged them around. And then I added another layer of Mod Podge. Now, this girl was the only one I tried to do this with, so I just gave her black hair. For the others, I left them as a stamped image. I think they look nice like this. And then I took out my drill, and I got a lesson in how to drill from my husband, and I made these tiny little holes. And let me show you what I came up with. So this is the finished product over here, and on top of the Mod Podge layer, I did a couple of things. I used my mini letters. I used these tiny alpha stickers and I put my name on it. And I've been wearing this, like these are my tags from work, my locker key, and I've just been wearing this whole week. And everybody at work loves them and the customers love them and they're like, where did you get this from? And I said, I made it. And they're like, no way. So I've just been proudly rocking this thing. And yeah, every time I look at it, it just makes me happy. So this is so cool. And what I did there, so I put my name on that one. I put a tiny little, I had a little crack here, so I put a little bit of a washi tape, and so that turned out good with that one. And so that's got the dimensional, the Mod Podge dimensional magic. So this can be used, you can add it onto any journal or any planner that you have, just like that. You can add it to any of your pocket letters, just sits so nicely. So that's another use for one of these. I also put it on a leather kind of chain, so if you wanted to put it around your neck, you could do that. You know, seriously, you could do whatever you wanted to do with these. It's just, my mind is going a million miles a second going, oh, I can add it to here and I can put it to this and I can personalize it. Here's some more. Like, I had just so much fun making these. I thought I'm soon going to run out of A's and I's and O's and E's. So what I ended up doing was I just typed out a whole lot of letters. This is a size 8 in letters, and I did a size 9, and then I did a size 10. And I think the best one, and that's a size 10, I think the best one for these little girls is a size 8. It's really small, but that's good. So that this is using the tiny alpha stickers, and I think the size 8 font is the best. And so all you do is you go into your Word or your Pages, you type your word, and then you black fill, and then you choose the color of your letters to be white. And you can type anything you want. So these ones here, now if you're familiar with dimensional magic, you know that when it's cloudy, it means that it's still wet. And the most important thing that I found out was that you need to seal it with Mod Podge. You need to seal the paper with Mod Podge before you added that last layer, or else your paper becomes quite soggy. So, all right, so that's one use for these tiny little Gorjuss stamps. I'm using them as a, shall we say, like jewelry making or off the page projects, like keychains and lanyards, and you can put it on a badge, you can put it on a pin, you can, so that's one project to make out of them. So the second project I wanted to share was these, and once again these are still a little bit wet, so please excuse that, but these are ones I bought off eBay. Sort of bottle cap holders, I think that's what they're called. Sorry, it came like this in a tiny little thing. Got them in a bag of 10, and they come with this already done and with a hole already at the bottom, so you can add, whoops, done like that, with a hole in the bottom, so you can add your loops in and put your dangles and whatever on top. So I got those, and then these were just a bag of, our local store here sells bottle caps, and so all you need to do is just flatten them out, and I flatten them using my Big Shot. This is what it looks like when it comes raw, with that on the back, and then all I did was I added just a decorative page on the back just to cover up those yucky words. And yeah, and then so all I did was I added Mod Podge first, then I used my 1-inch circle punch, and I stamped on a piece of paper, did my 1-inch circle punch, added Mod Podge again, then I added a little word there. For this one, yeah, so for this one I cut a hole just a little bit deep here, so I'm gonna have to repunch this hole. This one I went just off that edge, so I wouldn't have to do it with that one. So yeah, that's another way that you can add whoopsies, it's really wet still. That's another way that you can make kind of jewelry and you know, take your art with you anywhere you want to go. Let me show you what else I've been doing. So I've been making mini embellishments with them, the perfect size really. I stamped on just a little bit of thick white cardboard, and then I cut it out using my 1-inch square punch. And yeah, once again, I used my Prismacolors. I used my Prismacolors to color them in. And I then went with my ink all the way around. I inked the background, and then I used the black ink just to distress the edges. And then I just layered it up with pretty paper that I had. And then I used quotes from, you know, various things I have in my collection. And yeah, these will make the cutest embellishments. So perfect size. Okay, so the next thing I have for you is really cute. I have this set of nesting dies called, I guess, scallops, nesting scallops. I used the small one here. Whoopsies. I used the small one here, and I made like stamp type stamps, like Gorjuss stamps, I guess. And then I did the same thing. I colored them in with my Prisma, and then I inked the back, and I distressed the edges. This is what it looks like just on its own without it being distressed, without the background being colored in. Still cute. But then I went one more further, and I I put it on an envelope just to see what it looks like, and oh my gosh, it's so cute. So what I did was, I've got this set of Once Upon a Springtime from Graphic 45. One of the stamp sets has this, and so all I did was I covered that with washi tape, and I inked that, and yeah, that's how I came up with that. It's really cute. And the second one I did was this one here. What I did was, I've got this wooden stamp set that I got on holidays, and in that stamp set is this funny looking stamp. And so yeah, so I just, this is a plain white envelope. I used my classic envelope washi tape up the top and at the bottom, and I did a stamp this way, which is, you know, different than this one. So this one's standing up, and this one is horizontal. And yeah, I stamped it as if, you know, it's been stamped by the mail center. Gosh, I think that's really cute. So that's another thing you can do with these gorgeous girls. You can make mini stamps out of them. Now, if you know me, you know what the next one's gonna be. So these little embellishments that I did, I took them one step further. So it starts off like this with the one square, and I, you know, prettied it up and colored it in and did the background, and I layered it up, and I put it on a paper clip. And we're part of a Facebook group, Paperclip Art, and I'll put the link down below. And this is my paperclip for the month of May. We're doing 12 paper clips of 2016, and this is how we do our backs, and this is how Lolly taught us how to do them. She's our founder of the group. So we've got the E6000 in between the 3D foam. usually when I'm cleaning up my craft room, I come across these items that I seem to have hoarded. And you guys remember these things, right? These are coffee stirrers. I got these when we were on holidays in KL. I don't even know why I grabbed them at the time, but I have them just sitting here. I thought, oh, I'll just stir paint with it or whatever, but I never have. And this is what I decided to do with it. You know, just the perfect size for this. So I used my 1-inch circle punch, and yeah, I did all my coloring, and I used my Mod Podge to stick it on, and then I sealed it on top. And I think I'll be using this as like a bookmark. And lastly, I wanted to share with you what I've been doing. These are tiny little tags, which just seem so perfect. This die set is one that I use all the time. I love making tags. I used this this size for these stamps, and I usually use the big ones because I do the 12 tags of Tim Holtz for the year. So yeah, so this size was perfect for these little girls, and yeah, it turned out really good. So I chose not to shade the background, and I thought, well, I'll just shade the girls and then use some pretty paper. So that's her in red, and I tried to match the twine on the outside. That's her in blue. This is her in yellow or orange, the closest I had, and this is her in green. And yeah, that's just one of the girls. So because I've got 5 stamps, you could just go crazy making tags and then giving them to your friends. All right, so thanks for joining me for this video. I hope I've been able to inspire some of you to make a whole lot of different miniature art with your mini Gorjuss stamps. This is just some things that came to my mind as soon as I grabbed these. I'm sure more will come as I look around my craft room and see what I have. I hope I've inspired you to make something. I hope I've given you a few hints and tips, and if there's something you'd like to see, let me know. Yeah, so hopefully my pen pals will be receiving some or all of these things. If you're one of my pen pals, keep an eye out. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.